Hello my friends, I'm Duchess and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is a webtoon with me. I'm going to color and render one of my webtoon panels. Let's get started. This panel is the same one I was working on last week and I didn't finish it, so today I'm going to complete it. First off is the coloring. Since I already finished the liner and the sketching, I know what colors I'm going to use. I also did change some of the colors I used to color CL, who is the character I'm working on right now. I studied color theory a little bit about a week ago. I'm trying to learn how to use colors better so my webtoon will look nicer. I want the colors to be more appealing like in the more professional webtoons. I used a reference of my previous panel and used the eyedropper to get the colors I wanted. Coloring is probably the quickest part of the webtoon process, especially compared to the sketching and the I feel like it's better to do the background and get it out of the way because I might not want to go back to it and do the background later because I don't really like doing them. I'm trying to improve my backgrounds as well because they're really important to have in webtoons. One background tip that I have if you don't want to make it super fancy and detailed is to use Gaussian blur after you make it. So it basically just blurs everything, but it still looks nice. You can see what's in the background or what it is, but it's faded out so it looks like the character is the main focus of the drawing, which is usually how it is. For this panel, I'm going to spend a little extra time rendering to make it look special. For the rest of my webtoon, I'm trying to dial down the rendering and minimize it as much as possible. That way I save time. After I color CL, I move on to the rendering. While I render, I still have to choose good colors that will complement the flat colors that I use. I usually use an analogous color at a higher saturation. I like the way it looks, but I also wonder if I should use a less saturated color like most other webtoon artists do. I'll have to practice some more and figure out what I like. Something I really enjoy about making a webtoon is that you get to practice a lot. I would never have drawn the same characters so many times. I used to be terrible at drawing the same person over and over because they never looked the same. Every time I drew them again, they looked like a different person, which was really annoying. But after I started making my webtoon, I've noticed the little characteristics that makes each character them, and I've gotten better at redrawing them. Let me know down in the comments if you guys struggled or struggle with the same thing. I'm still not really good at it since they do look different sometimes or a lot of the times, but I'm definitely improving. Another thing that I like is that I always have to keep drawing because I have a webtoon. Since I have a webtoon, I'm drawing every week. I'm always learning and always growing. I always feel like learning more about webtoons, how to improve, how to make my work and my art better. I also get to experiment a lot. I've experimented so much with my webtoon. If I feel like working on my lighting skills, I practice on my webtoon art. It doesn't always turn out the best, but that's okay. At least I tried. I've also experimented a lot with line art. I switched between different line art styles quite a few times. I liked solid and very clean line art for some time, like towards the beginning because it looked professional like a real webtoon artist. I would say most webtoons have really clean and smooth line art, so I felt like I should use really nice line art as well. But then eventually, I started to feel like super smooth line art wasn't for me because I had to be so neat and I'm not the neatest artist. So I began doing messier line art and now I do textured line art. And I really like textured line art. So yeah, the line art of my webtoon changes a little bit throughout the story. I wouldn't exactly recommend that you experiment a whole bunch using your webtoon, but I would encourage you to experiment to some extent to learn what you like. Especially if it's your first webtoon, you can learn a lot and grow a lot if you really work on it. And I think having a webtoon is a great opportunity to grow and become an even better artist and creator. In the future, when I make another webtoon, hopefully, it'll probably take me like 10 years to finish my current one, but hopefully I will be an expert compared to what I am now. Alright, back to the drawing. I'm basically finished here. I'm just adding some sparkles and highlights and I'm done. That is all I have for you guys this week. If you guys enjoyed this week's video or learned something new, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get notified. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next week.